Karsen Breanne, seorang perempuan Eropa yang awalnya beragama Kristen. Kemudian dia ragu tentang teologi Trinitas. Ini kesaksiannya.
The fact that I couldn't grasp the concept of God, and I didn't have like a structure to exactly what it was that I was believing in. It just didn't feel like exactly right. And so then at that point I was kind of like, right. And then this goes back to the whole believing Christianity is right and that's just the default thing. And so I just assumed it will let me start practicing this and researching this. I ended up somehow finding this church or this congregation thing, and they started in North Carolina. It's called Elevation Church, and Stephen Furtick is the pastor, and he's amazing. Like, I don't care what, like, he is an amazing speaker. He is just, you know, with it, like, he's just, and he's so intelligent, and just like the way that he, you know, speaks, it really, really grabs you. And so I really connected with that. And I would listen to a podcast like every night, and like the way that it was improving me as a person, like, was super noticeable within myself. And you know, because even the stuff he talks about, although it is all referenced to like Bible verses and all of that stuff, the lessons are just applicable to everyone. Like, it wasn't too like, Jesus as Lord and you know, sorry if that's offensive, but you know what I mean. Like, it just, anybody could really get something from it. It really, like, the way he did it was very, very clever, and it was a really youth-based kind of group thing, so I found that easy to like get with. However, I kept coming back to, I don't believe in the Trinity. I couldn't get myself to grasp the, you know, core principles of Christianity. I loved his talks and everything, but as far as like when you get down to the details, it just wasn't stuff I believed in, because
Jadi Tritunggal itu kalau dalam satu kalimat yang bisa kita pahami itu apa, El?
Kebagaimanaan Allah. Allah di dalam 3 hipostasis. Itu terlalu sulit. Allah di dalam 3 pribadi itu udah benar.
Allah di dalam 3 pribadi.
Betul. Allah dalam 3 pribadi, tapi pribadinya itu, kalau saya bilang hipostasis itu nggak semua orang ngerti.
Betul.
Ya kan? Tapi sebenarnya itu yang paling mewakili bahasa itu. 1 ousia, 3 hipostasis. Itu paling dekat soalnya.
Kalau dalam bahasa Indonesianya apa tuh, El? Hipostasis.
Hipostasis, ya hipostasis. Ya. Dalam bahasa Indonesia juga diserap.
Kayaknya waktu itu lu pernah jelasin deh apa hakikat apa?
Hakikat itu ousia, hipostasis itu lebih ke pribadi, tapi bukan seperti pribadi yang dipahami oleh kebanyakan orang. Ya, jadi 1 Allah di dalam 3 pribadi. Sebenarnya itu sudah pas. Tapi pribadinya ini harus dijelasin. Kenapa dia disebut pribadi? Karena dia yang pertama hidup dan aktif. Jadi Bapa itu memiliki firman yang hidup dan dia memiliki rohnya yang hidup. Jadi dia aktif. Melakukan segala sesuatu. Dan Allah Tritunggal itu satu kehendak ya. Jadi nggak mungkin Bapa pengen hujan rintik-rintik, Putra pengen hujan lebat, Roh Kudus nggak mau hujan. Berdebat. Bukan ya, itu triteisme. Itu satu kehendak. Apa yang dikehendaki Bapa pasti dikehendaki Putra. Apa yang dikehendaki Putra pasti dikehendaki Roh. Makanya Bapa mengutus firman, firman mengutus Roh yang keluar dari Bapa. Satu karya. Itulah Tritunggal. Gitu ya.
Jadi Allah Bapa, Allah Anak, Allah Roh Kudus. Ini tidak bisa disatukan seperti ini. Tidak bisa seperti ini. Tidak bisa. Tapi dia pun tidak boleh dipisah-pisahkan gini. Dia harus satu juga begini.
core principles of Christianity. I loved his talks and everything, but as far as when you get down to the details, it just wasn't stuff I believed in, because I started at the same time researching the origins of Christianity and what they believe in and breaking it down, and I was just getting really confused, and I was like, in like my heart and my head, I was like, if this is the truth, it should be easy for anybody to understand, and it should be clear, and because the truth doesn't need to argue, it just is the truth, and it just makes sense. And if it's for everyone, like I said, it should be easy to understand. As I was researching that and then kind of realizing it wasn't exactly fitting with my beliefs, I got really discouraged, and I was just like, well, maybe I was wrong. And so then I kind of left that again and went back to my, I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but I'm praying to something, but I don't know what it is. And, you know, because I would always pray to God, but it was just, is this just my God, you know? But it was a very confusing time for me. And so again, I left it, but I was still doing well. I was still educating myself on different things, and at that point I did start researching multiple religions. So I researched Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, Judaism, and I never thought about researching Islam because as an outsider looking in, it very much seems, well, like Hinduism as well, and Judaism, it seems like something that you can't just join. It's not a free-for-all. It's like you are born into it, and it's integrally.
A few moments later.
Alas, a girl I was working with at the time, she's Catholic, and she went to Morocco. And I want to say it was during Ramadan or near Ramadan or something like this. And basically she came back and she was like so stoked. She had an amazing time and she was just like going on and on and on about this. Her and I had talked before for like hours about religion and all of that stuff and life and philosophy, and so we would get really into it. And so when she came back, she was going on and on and on about that stuff, and obviously there's a lot of Muslims in Morocco, duh. So she said something that just stuck with me.
Ada ahad, ada al-ahad itu berbeda. Saya jawab ahad saja supaya kita lebih cepat sampai ke materi. Perhatikan gini, ahad. Qul huwa, katakan Muhammad huwa. Dia yang ditanya tentang sifat Rabb itu. Dia yang ditanya tentang ketuhanan itu. Dia yang diinginkan namanya diketahui Tuhan itu, huwa, dialah Allah, hu ahad. Namanya Allah, sifat Allahnya ahad. Apa artinya ahad? Tahan sebentar ya. Ada ahad, ada wahid, itu beda. Kalau wahid, itu satu, tapi masih mungkin ada dua. Wahid, itsnin, talata, arba'a, khamsah, dan seterusnya. Kalau sudah wahid, pasti ada dua, ada tiga, dan seterusnya. Jelas? Tapi kalau sudah ahad, ahad itu artinya satu-satunya yang tidak akan pernah ada dua. Kurang, tidak, lebih mustahil. Di satu, tidak akan pernah ada duanya, tidak akan kurang dari itu. Paham?
That was that the way that Muslims spoke about God was really beautiful. So I went on YouTube and was looking at different things, and initially the things I found were Mufti Mink, Numan Ali Khan, like all those sorts of dealios. And I started reading about the 5 pillars of Islam, the essential kind of key points, because I didn't, like, bear in mind, I knew nothing at all. The thing that got me first, and I was kind of like, I didn't realize that this was with this. Basically, it was the description of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and how the word Allah has no gender. It has no, it's a word that is like none other. And basically, in a sense, that God is a supreme being that we cannot put a face to. We cannot put any human characteristics to. We can't put a gender to. Allah is just Allah. He's just God. And that to me, I was like, that's what I feel. Like, I agree with that. Is that we can't like say God is this or God is that, because have you met God? God is God, and he is with everything and through everything and a part of everything, but not something you can contain, because how could you possibly contain the thing that created everything? Does that make sense? Anyway, that's how I was thinking. So I was like, yes, I agree with this. Now that makes sense. And the more I researched, the more I was like, this is a lot like how I feel. This is a lot like what I've kind of been doing.
لا إله إلا أشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله